The Hydra, often depicted as a serpentine water monster with multiple heads, was believed to have been spawned by Typhon and Echidna. Typhon, its father, was a massive and terrifying beast, often described as the deadliest monster in Greek mythology. He was a gargantuan figure, combining the fearsome features of a human and a serpent, and was known for his ferocity in opposition of the Olympian gods. Echidna, the mother of Hydra, was equally formidable. Portrayed as half-woman, half-serpent creature, she resided in the depths of the earth. Echidna's dual nature underscored her role as the bridge between the monsters and the divine, a creature that blurred the lines between the known and the unknown. The Hydra siblings were a collection of some of the most notable monsters in Greek myth. This include Nemean lion, a beast with impenetrable hide; Cerberus, the three-headed dog guarding the entrance to the underworld; the Chimera, a fire-breathing creature, part lion, goat and serpent; and the Sphinx, known for a riddle and fatal punishment for those who failed to solve it. The Hydra's dwelling was a swampy lake in Lerna in the Argolid. This lake was more than a mere body of water. It was steeped in mythological significance. Lerna was often cited as the gateway to the underworld, making Hydra's presence there even more ominous. The lake, shrouded in mystery and veiled by the mist of legend, was a fitting home for the creature, as enigmatic and fearsome as the Hydra. In its early days, the Hydra grew and thrived in this secluded marshy environment, far from the prying eyes of the gods and men. Its many heads, each capable of independent thought and action, made it a formidable predator. The Hydra's fearsome reputation grew, as did its strength and resilience, setting the stage for the epic encounters it would later have with some of Greek's greatest heroes. This creature, born from the union of Typhon and Echidna, became a symbol of insurmountable challenges, an embodiment of the relentless and often cruel twists of fate. The Hydra's most defining feature was its multiple heads, with varying accounts suggesting anywhere from 5 to innumerable amounts. Each head, crowned with a deadly set of teeth, was a symbol of its relentless nature. Its breath was venomous, its blood was lethal, and if a head were severed, 2 more would sprout in its place, rendering the Hydra nearly invincible. In mythic symbolism, the Hydra has often been interpreted as a metaphor for an overwhelming challenge, or a problem that multiplies when faced with confrontation. It represents a Herculean task, something seemingly insurmountable that demands extraordinary resilience and strategy to overcome. As a matter of fact, Hercules himself had to undertake a nearly impossible challenge. Hercules, born to Zeus, an immortal alchemy, was the subject to the wrath of Hera, Zeus' wife. In a fit of madness induced by Hera, Hercules tragically killed his own family. Seeking atonement, he consulted the Oracle of Delphi and was instructed to serve the king Eurystheus for 12 years, performing whatever task the king might set upon him. These tasks were intended to be impossible, a punishment and a test for Hercules' character and resilience. The second of these labors was to slay Hydra, a task that seemed impossible due to the creature's regenerative ability. Hercules, often accompanied by his nephew Aeolus, set out to confront this challenge, unaware of the treacherous nature of the beast he was about to face. As Hercules approached the swampy lair of the Hydra, he prepared himself for a battle unlike any he had faced before. The air was thick, and the stench of the creature's venom and the ground squelched beneath his feet, a stark reminder of the perilous task ahead. As Hercules entered the domain of the Hydra, his initial strategy was straightforward: attack and overpower. Armed with his club and bow, he lunged at the beast, aiming to decapitate its heads. However, he quickly realized the futility of its approach. Each time he sliced off a head, 2 more sprang forth, turning the battle into an increasingly desperate struggle. It was at this critical junction that Aeolus, Hercules' nephew and loyal companion, played a pivotal role. Observing the regenerative nature of the Hydra, Aeolus proposed a new strategy. He suggested that using fire to cauterize the neck stumps after each decapitation, preventing the growth of new heads. Hercules adapted to this new tactic with remarkable agility. As he severed each head, Aeolus used a torch to cauterize the wounds. This ingenious method halted the regeneration, slowly diminishing the Hydra's formidable advantage. Amidst the chaos of the battle, Hercules discovered that one of the Hydra's head was immortal. Each blow he struck seemed futile against a particular head. In some versions of the myth, it is said that Hydra, who always sought Hercules' downfall, had endowed this head with immortality to ensure his failure. In a display of both ingenuity and brute force, Hercules severed the immortal head and buried it under a heavy rock, ensuring it could no longer pose a threat. With the immortal head subdued and the others destroyed, the Hydra was finally defeated. In a cunning move, Hercules dipped his arrows in the Hydra's poisonous blood, turning them into lethal weapons. This act would have significant consequences in the future adventures and battles. The defeat of the Hydra was more than just a physical victory for Hercules. It represented the triumph of adversity, a testament to the hero's ability to adapt and overcome seemingly impossible challenges. This labor in particular highlighted the necessity of intelligence and ingenuity. The myth of the Hydra had a lasting impact on Greek culture and has been widely referred to in later literature and art. And its influence extended beyond the confines of mythology, inspiring modern literature, cinema and psychology, particularly in the use of the term Hydra-headed to describe problems that multiply when confronted. In psychoanalytical context, it's often seen as a metaphor for the unconscious mind's many facets, with the regenerating head symbolizing the emergence of suppressed thoughts and fears. In political and social commentary, it represents a complex problem that requires more than a straightforward solution. The story of Hercules and the Hydra remains a powerful narrative about the complexity of challenges and the multifaceted approach needed to overcome them. It is a reminder that in the face of daunting tasks, brute force is not always the answer. Sometimes it is wit, strategy, and the help of others that lead to victory. This was the story of the Hydra. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have a suggestion for the next video, then please let us know. If you enjoy our content, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time.